Hello team, today we're going to review our sword kata for our white through red junior black belt track students. It is called Happo Giri. Happo Giri means of the 8 strikes. The 8 strikes, we're going to have a vertical strike straight from to the top of the head. We're having shoulder to hip strikes, hip to shoulder strikes across the body, so a horizontal strike, and we're also having a thrusting strike in here. So we're having 8 strikes in our kata. A couple things to keep in mind when we're doing this. One is, for this drill today, I am not going to be using my scabbard. I'm just going to have the blade. So when I'm using the sword, I'm going to have it held at my waist right here, as opposed to trying to tuck it in my belt and fooling with all of that. We'll worry about that at a different video. Today we're just going to worry about going through the kata itself. So as I'm holding the sword, I'm going to have it here on my left side. And for the purpose of this, I'm going to demonstrate the kata facing you first. I won't be mirroring it. I'll also face the opposite direction so you can see it from the other side. Couple of things to keep in mind as we're doing the kata. One is when we're holding the sword, as we're holding it, it's very common to try and just wedge your hand up as tight as you can against the guard. Not recommended. You want to have about a finger or maybe even 2 fingers space between the top of your hand and the guard. The other one is your bottom hand is not right below the top hand. It's going to be down a little bit. So for us, there's a little bit of padding here on my palm. I try and set that right on the base of the sword, so I'm gripping it right here. My pinky still has a really firm grip on the base of the sword, and that's important. My pinky is really important for having a strong grip. So I'm holding the sword. I want to make sure I have my pinky, all 4 fingers are wrapped around it, my thumbs wrapped around it, not pushed up against the guard. Team, once I secure this grip, my hands do not move. So my hands don't move. I'm not going to go here and switch my grip. I'm not going to move my hands around. I'm not going to switch to the other side. My hands stay in that position the entire time. My right hand is going to be on the top. My left hand is going to be in the bottom. That's the entire time through the kata. So let's go through the beginning of this kata and I'll walk us through some of the parts. All right, starting out natural stance, sword to the side, snap to attention, bow, Happo Giri. So what we're going to do first is we're going to reach across our bodies. We reach across with our left hand. Our left hand. We're going to reach across with our left hand. We are going to grab the hilt of the sword. Again, make sure you have like an inch, or like a finger or 2 between your hand and the grip, or the guard. You're going to step forward, draw the sword, bring it up, and you're going to strike straight down. So your right hand's on your top, your left hand's on the bottom. From here, team, we're going to take our right leg, we're going to step all the way back. We're going to bring our hands up into a high guard position. So from here, I step all the way forward. My right leg steps all the way forward. I'm going to strike. I'm striking shoulder to hip. After the shoulder hip, I'm going to shuffle back. When I shuffle back, my front leg comes back to my back leg. My back leg goes out. My hands come up again to a high guard. From here, I step all the way forward. I'm going to strike down. Now I'm going to go back to a low guard, shuffle back. Front comes together. My feet come together. I shuffle back with my back leg, moves to the back, so my right leg is back. And now my sword is over my back leg. So I'm going to a low guard. From here, I'm going to step in. I'm striking hip to shoulder. Okay. I'm going to shuffle back. My right leg goes back to my left leg goes out. My sword goes down to a low guard. I step in, striking up, hip to shoulder. Again, my hands aren't moving. I'm not switching my grip around here. So my right hand's still on top, my left hand's still on the bottom. So my wrists cross a little bit. Coming this way, my wrists are open. Coming up this way, you can see my wrists cross a little bit. From here, I'm going to shuffle back. Left to right, right back, hands out to the side, almost like a baseball bat swing here. My sword's level. I'm in a middle guard. I'm going to step forward with my right leg. I'm swinging directly across my body in a horizontal strike. Now from here, I'm going to go right leg, left leg, bringing the sword back, horizontal, middle guard. Step forward, and again, my wrists are crossed here. Right hand's on the top. I'm swinging my hand around. Horizontal strike. Our last step is a little different. We've been shuffling back. On the last step, we're going to do a full step back. We're going to take our front leg, our left leg. We're going to step all the way back. We're going to pull the sword back. We're going to thrust forward into the midsection of our attacker. From here, we're going to, almost done. We're going to clear the blood off our blade. We call this chabuti. We're going to take our sword, swing it down. First time my left hand was removed from the sword. Up to this point, both hands have been on the sword the entire time. From here, I'm going to bring the sword across, pull it back. I'm going to sheath it into my belt, and as I sheath it, I'm going to step up so that the sword goes into the sheath. At the same time, my feet come together, snap to attention, and bow. So team, I'm gonna turn around, face the opposite direction so you can see it, and I'll go at a more normal pace. I won't talk through it as much. So this is the way you would be doing it. All right, so we start out in our natural position. We're gonna snap to attention. We're going to bow, back out to our natural position. Happo Giri. Take your right hand, draw the sword, bring it up, step out with your right leg as you strike straight down. From here, take your right leg, step all the way back into a high guard. Step forward, right arm goes down, shoulder to hip. Shuffle back, right leg to left leg back, going back to a high guard. Step forward with your left leg, step forward and strike. Left shoulder to right hip. Shuffle back with the left leg, right leg goes back. We're going into a low guard. It's over our back leg or our right leg. From here, step forward, hip to shoulder. Shuffle back, right leg to left back. We're going back to a low guard again. Eyes are focused on the front. Step forward with your left leg, all the way forward. Step forward, hip to shoulder strike. Again, shuffling back. We're going to shuffle back. Left to right. Sword goes back to a middle guard. From here, step forward, right leg in the front. Strike across, horizontal strike. Coming back, we're going to step back, right to left, bring the sword back to a middle guard. Eyes focused to the front. Step forward, strike, horizontal strike. Take your front leg, your left leg, step all the way back. Pull the sword back, thrust it in. Okay. Our right leg is in front. Clear the blood off the blade. Bring it up. Sheath it as your feet come together. Snap to attention and bow. All right, one more time. We're going to do this from the side view. Okay. So again, we start out in our natural stance. Snap to attention. Bow. Happo Giri. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Clear the blood, sheath the sword, snap to attention, and bow. All right, team, that is Happo Giri's 8-cut sword kata. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your instructors. We're happy to help you out however we can. Again, team, natural stance, snap to attention, and bow.